Israel Defense Forces say they have recovered the bodies of 3 hostages who were abducted by Hamas on October 7th.
2 of the recovered bodies were Israeli soldiers. The third was a civilian. The news coincides with the IDF saying it secured and destroyed a Hamas command center in northern Gaza. Israel says the war against Hamas will likely last more than several months. However, sources tell CBS News this current phase of Israel's offensive could be completed in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Meanwhile, there are growing concerns about the rising humanitarian crisis in the southern part of the enclave. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is visiting Israel. He spoke about the White House's vision for the future of the region.
I have and will continue to state President Biden and the United States' commitment to preserving space for peace, for a 2-state solution where Israel's security is guaranteed. The Israeli people need and deserve to live in peace and security with their neighbors in a region that is integrated, dynamic, and stable. That is what we are working toward. That is what I discussed with my counterparts and interlocutors here in Israel, and that is President Biden's fundamental vision for the future of this region.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins us now. So, Weijia, just yesterday, the president publicly said that Israel must be more careful and protect the citizens in Gaza. How is Jake Sullivan navigating those remarks?
Well, that was actually milder than what the president said the day before that during a closed-door fundraiser in which he said that Israel was losing international support because of the, quote, indiscriminate bombing that it was doing. And so the bottom line here is that the president and now Sullivan and other senior administration officials are stressing that that is what the U.S. wants to see from Israel, which is not necessarily new. This is a message that they've been ramping up for several weeks now. But the fact that the president used that very phrase is telling that they are going further to try to push the Israeli military not only to be more precise in their targeting, but to wind down this phase of the war, of this intensive bombing campaign on Gaza. And so that is exactly what Sullivan was talking to the War Cabinet about. And even though he said they didn't come to any official time frame or timeline, we do know through our reporting that U.S. officials say that the U.S. wants to see that wind down by the end of this year, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, to be clear, that doesn't mean that they are calling for a ceasefire or an end to the war by then, but they want to move into a different phase in which, the targets are more precise, and we are not seeing these massive airstrikes that are taking the lives of so many civilians.
Weijia, where is the White House now in their efforts to try and secure more aid for Israel?
Well, as we have been reporting, that aid is attached to a very broad $110 billion national security package that is being held up right now. It includes money for Ukraine, for Israel, for border security, and for other national security priorities. But Republicans have now attached the demand for border security and changes in policy for immigration in the border to that. And so negotiators are still working. They'll likely be working throughout the entire weekend to try to make some progress on that. And they are expected to come back on Monday and vote at some point next week on this entire supplemental funding request. And so it really depends on how much progress they can make on changing issues when it comes to the border.
Weijia, President Biden met with the families of hostages earlier this week. Is the U.S. closer to securing another hostage release deal?
Well, the National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, said that he had very productive meetings about this, but there's only so much the U.S. can do because, of course, it does not negotiate directly with Hamas. And so they are really dependent on Qatar and Egypt and other countries in the region to help broker another deal. And so Sullivan said he didn't want to characterize the way things stand as optimistic or pessimistic, but it is certainly something they continue to work on. We should note, though, that there are still 8 unaccounted for Americans, and the administration believes at least some of them are being held as hostages, but they are unable to provide the whereabouts or the conditions of any of those missing. And so this is very harrowing for those loved ones who met here with President Biden earlier this week, and the administration promises it will continue the work to find them and bring them home.
Right. The families continue their agonizing wait. Weijia Jiang, Weijia, thank you.
You're welcome.